Let's talk about 5 low cap cryptos and 5 large cap cryptos that I have been buying. Let's talk about their performance and where I think they are going to go. Make sure you guys like, share, follow. Let's get into it. Actually, I'm going to be a little generous today. We're going to give you a few more than just 5. I was just looking at all the dollar cost averaging that I've been doing over the last about 6-7 months and how I've changed it up. So let's get into it. Now, in no particular order, but these are all cryptos that I have at least $75,000 in, upwards of $250,000. And why I'm telling you that is not to brag. I'm telling you that because I have massively high conviction for these next couple of plays. So number one, we have Aerodrome. We've been talking about Aerodrome for the last 2 years. We bought this at, I believe, 9 cents, 9 or 10 cents. Now, when it comes to the creation of cryptos, a lot of them are going to be built on the Base network, which is Coinbase's basically their crypto. Now, you can't buy Base, you will be able to in the future, but you can buy Aerodrome, and Aerodrome is basically their liquidity layer. It provides liquidity for that project. Super important, especially when it comes to decentralized finance. So make sure you guys go check out Aerodrome. Now, where I think it's going, I think that Aerodrome is an easy $4 or $5 token, upwards of $10. Next is going to be Chainlink. We've been talking about Chainlink for a very, very long time. It's been in my top 5, sometimes my top 3 for the last 5-6 years. I think that Chainlink is a $100 project, hands down. I don't think people understand, but there's going to be trillions more dollars flowing into crypto, especially in an altcoin season. And we could see upwards of an 8, 10, or even a 12 to $15 trillion market cap, not for Chainlink, but for the entire crypto market cap. And I think Chainlink's going to capture tens of billions of that money that's coming in. Next is going to be Pudgy Penguins. Now, I'm not very big on memes, but there's something to be said about Pudgy Penguins. Number one, every time we go through an upward trend, there's a new meme coin that comes out, and it just goes nuts. You saw it with Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, Bonk, and a few others. And I'm not saying that those aren't going to do well, but sitting at just a $2.5 billion market cap, where some of these meme coins are 10, 20, 50, and could hit a $100 billion market cap, I think that this project, sitting at what right now, I believe just under 4 cents, has 50 cents written all over it, upwards of $1. Then we have WorldCoin. Now, this has been ranging from about 85 cents to $1.50 over the last 12 months. It's been a massive accumulation zone, and the reason why I'm so big on WorldCoin, I've told you before, is because this project is the project that's behind building data for ChatGPT. Now, also, Sam Altman, who is arguably one of the, I guess you could say, most influential AI creators in our lifetime. And I tell people all the time that I think what you're going to see is ChatGPT, and you're going to see Grok battle it out, kind of like Google and, Microsoft and Apple kind of battled back and forth on who was supreme. Now, what's cool about WorldCoin is that WorldCoin is going around and it's literally gathering data through people's retina, and how they're going to use this in the future, we'll see. But anything that Sam Altman touches, anything that is connected to ChatGPT, I think I want to be a part of. Not to mention, this project already went to $12. Even if it goes to half of that, that's 500% on your money. Are you getting that in your 401k or your IRA? Put a 1 if you are, put a 2 if you're not. Let me know. Then we're going to have Sui. We've been talking about Sui for almost 2 years now. And back in the day, I said, listen, you're going to have to pick between these 3. One's going to win. Sui, Sei, and Tia. And Sui ended up being that winner. We've been talking about Sui, almost 20x ago. Maybe even more. I'd have to look it up. But again, that shouldn't scare you because we're coming into an altcoin season as you see Ethereum approaching all-time highs in terms of its price, already surpassing its all-time high in terms of how much dollar value is inside of Ethereum. And as Ethereum goes into price discovery, which it undoubtedly will, you're going to start seeing the larger caps follow. Then the money will trickle down to larger caps, and Sui, I think, is going to do very well. This could go upwards of an $80 to $100 billion market cap, giving it a 4 or 5x from where we are today. Then you have Cardano, a crypto that has been picked on, slept on for a very long time. A crypto that I bought years ago at just a penny went to $3 and something cents, and I 300x'd my money. And by the way, if you're looking to get into something like that where maybe you could end up getting some life-changing wealth, there's no guarantee, but make sure you check out the Telegram in my Stan link that's going to be on my bio when you click my profile. In there, I'm going to be telling you what I'm buying, what I'm selling. And over the last 2 years, some of you put a 1 in the chat here, or put a 1 in the comments here if you've been in that Telegram. But over the last couple of years, we've been calling out and dollar cost averaging, and I've been telling people what I'm doing. And just about everybody is in profit, unless they bought just low caps, which, again, I teach you 70, 20, 10, or 60, 20, 20. If you want to know what that means, make sure you guys check out the Telegram. But back to this project, Cardano's going to bring voting, government-issued voting, governance to government. I think Cardano is a very slept-on project, and I see this project going well over $4 or $5, upwards of $7 to $8 over the next 6 months to 2 years. And then the last large cap that I've been heavily buying is Internet Computer, sitting at just under $6. We've had this project for a very long time. And the other day I asked ChatGPT, what's the most advanced blockchain in the world in 2025? And it said Internet Computer. If you understand technology and you understand crypto, you'll understand why Internet Computer eventually is going to be one of the best holdings that I think or best buys I've ever had. A lot of people don't have the patience to make tens of millions of dollars or tens of thousands of dollars in crypto. It does take time. It doesn't happen in just one cycle, but you have to get started somewhere. And a lot of these projects that I just said, not only do I think they're going to do well in the short term, but I think in the long term, a lot of these projects are going to do very well. And I'll give you 1 or 2 more. So the last large cap that we're going to be talking about here is Ondo Finance. Now, you're going to hear me talk about more large caps in the future, but these are really my highest conviction plays. And Ondo, being that it is in the RWA space and the tokenization space, and how I think that's going to be a huge narrative moving forward, I think this is a no-brainer to have in your portfolio. Now, over the next 2 to 3 minutes, we're going to be talking about a couple of low caps that you might want to take a look at. So stay tuned. Now, full disclaimer, low caps are massively risky. They are small market caps, under 100 million, and just understand the risk when you're looking at your low caps. And remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And a couple of these have been doing very well, and I think they're going to continue to do well as we go into an altcoin season. And it goes from phases. It goes from Bitcoin to ETH to large cap to mid cap to small caps. I'm preparing now. I've been preparing for the last couple of years for a massive altcoin rally, which it's finally here. Based Games is one of my favorite gaming projects going into the end of 2025, and if we have a super cycle into 2026. If you're looking for Based Games, it's an ERC20 token, and the contract address ends right here. You can find this on Uniswap, Coinbase Wallet, and a few other exchanges. Next is going to be Kiwi Swap. Contract address, again, here, and currently only sitting at a $3.9 million market cap. Just think about it like this. Even if you don't like the project, there's a lot of projects that are going to be $3, $4, $5 million market caps that are going to go to $30 to $50 million market caps. These are easy 10 and 20x buys where we stand today. Then you're going to have Axon DAO. And Axon DAO currently sitting at 8 cents. I keep telling people it's a complete fucking steal. They have a partnership with NBA champion Tristan Thompson, and I'm going to be announcing, hopefully, another partnership with a massive UFC fighter. And why is that important? Well, their industry is health and science, and they're working on something called a cure ring that will pay you to use essentially your data, your health data. So instead of giving it away for free, why not get paid for it? This is definitely a project that I think you're going to want on your radar going into an altcoin season. Then we have Pinlink, one of the best RWA projects on the market. We called this at 4 cents, about a year ago. I think that this project has $5 written all over it easily, upwards of maybe $10. I do think that it's going to go to $1 billion or $2 billion in market cap, which could put it even higher than what I just said. This is one of my favorite low caps, and actually, don't tell anybody, but it's my largest holding out of every single crypto that I own. As it stands right now, last but not least, is Tharwa. I really like this RWA project. Make sure you guys like, share, follow.